Hey Algebra! Happy Monday! On Friday, we talked about finding domain and range of graphs and played a Kahoot practicing. What I'd like you to do today are work on some practice problems that we will go over in class together on Tuesday. There are 12 practice problems, but I'm going to do 3 of them for an example, so there are 9 problems for you to work independently. The instructions say state the domain and range in interval notation. That's with the parentheses like we went over on Friday. If you weren't there, be sure to review the PowerPoint. And then it says to tell if the graph is a function by writing yes or no. The first one here is not a continuous graph, it's points. So let's find our domain and range. The point is filled in, so I am going to use a bracket. And then I am going to list the x values from smallest to largest. So I have a point at -3, a point at -2, and 2 points at 1. Range, I'm going to do the same thing but with the y values. So bracket, and then my y values are -4, -2, 3, and 5. The last question for number 1 is it a function? And to determine if something's a function or not, you need to see if it passes the straight line test. So we're looking for anywhere on this graph that one line can go through multiple points. If we can find it, it's not a function. Oh, I just realized there's a point here at 4. Okay, so let me go ahead and add that to my domain and range. That's going to be 4 at x, and then for range, that would add a 0 value. And it is still not a function. So it is not a function because here at x equals 1, there are 2 different y values. So for function, I'm going to write no. Number 2 is this pentagon. So domain are our x values, and the shape is between -3 and 3. And it's touching those points, so I would say inclusive, so use your brackets, -3, 3. The range are going to be our y values up and down, so the lowest value here is -4, and it's inclusive, so using my brackets. Remember, if there's an open point, you would use a parenthesis instead of a bracket. Then the top value here is at 3. So 3 and then end bracket. Is it a function? No, because you can find so many places where a straight line would go through at least 2 points. So is it a function? No. Last problem is going to be this one, and it has arrows on the end, which means it's a line, so it goes on forever. So what is the domain? Well, if it keeps going to the left forever, it's going to be -infinity. And remember, with infinity, we use parentheses. So negative. Then I have it under insert symbol. If you are working these on your computer, you are welcome to copy this symbol and paste it when you need it, or just write out infinity. So -infinity is our lower bound, and then our upper value, well, it's going to keep going to the right forever also, so that one is going to be infinity also. Our range, looking again at the left side, it's going to keep decreasing in value as you go to increasingly negative values. So the lower bound for our y is going to be -infinity. And our top bound for our y is also going to be infinity. The last question, is it a function? Is there anywhere you can run a vertical line that will hit the graph at multiple points? And for this one, there is not. So this one is a function. So I hope you spend a few minutes on Monday finishing the rest of these 9 problems and turn them in. and I will see you in class on Tuesday. Bye, algebra.